All right, well, welcome. You're here because you're working on the practice portion of today's lesson, the problem solving lesson. And today we worked on making graphs. You remember, a graph is kind of like a picture that allows you to understand some information. So you have a bunch of different data, numbers, different things, and it goes into a graph. And it's kind of like a picture that tells you what's going on with those numbers so that you can look at it and quickly understand it. So with that in mind, let's get started on these problems. It says use the chart to answer the questions. So the first question says, how many crayons are there in all? Okay, so in order to do that, I would need to look at this table, and I'm going to look at the crayons, the number of crayons. So I know there's 350 in art room 1 and 400 in art room 2. Okay, so it says how many are there in all? So I know it's two parts, and I'm putting them together to figure out what the whole is. This part is what I don't know, and I know the two parts. I know the two parts are 350 and 400. So I need to add them together. So I'm going to do 400 plus 350. And I start with the ones, 0, 0 and 5, 5, and 4 and 3, which is 7. So 750. So I know it's 750 crayons. Great. So now the next question is how many paints are there in all? Okay, so again, I need to do some addition there. And I'm going to go on for brushes. And then here it says, use your answers from exercises 1, 2 through 3 to complete the graph. So I'm actually going to fill in the graph. So let's take a look with crayons. Okay, so with the crayons here, I know that I have 750 crayons altogether. So I'm going to go up here, I'm going to find 750, and I'm actually going to draw a quick line across there, because that's how I know that's how far I want to go. Now I'm just going to take a moment to fill this in. Fill it in, fill it in, fill it in. And there we have it. That's the number of crayons. I represented it. This is my picture to tell me how many crayons I have. So go ahead and get started with that, and just make sure you answer this journal question. How is a bar graph different from a chart? And this right here is the chart. So the question is, how is the bar graph different from the chart? And there are some ways they're similar, some ways they're different. So go ahead and get started and enjoy.